Welcome to Renée's Queer Cabaret! And my attic, apparently. I never thought I would be hosting a show out of my own home, but here we are. We're dealing with a pandemic, and that's scary. And it's heartbreaking and full of uncertainty. But I think I'm dealing with it okay. I think I'm doing my best, you know. Every time I leave the house, I wear my mask. And every time I touch something, I wash my hands. And I eat more than my fair share of quarantine snacks, don't you worry. I've also been really emotional lately, just letting it all out as much as possible. And Kelly cried 3 times before noon yesterday. The first time was because of a video about an unusual friendship with a magpie, and the other 2 times were when she was listening to Perfume Genius's new album, which I highly recommend you get as well. But yeah, grocery shopping is a complete nightmare. Every time I walk through the door, my heart starts pounding like a bunny rabbit's, and I navigate the aisles like I'm Mario dodging mushrooms and killer turtles. And with my mask on, it's like I'm scaling a fence at Quantico rather than grocery shopping. Whenever I see somebody approaching me on the sidewalk, I cross the street, which admittedly I did before social distancing. Not because I didn't want to say hi, but because I didn't want to make eye contact with them for like a full minute while we were approaching each other. I mean, what am I supposed to do? So my eyes would just like dart everywhere, and I'd just pass them and suddenly go, "Oh, hi, I didn't see you there," and then they wouldn't even say hi back. So I would just cross the street, which I didn't think was that weird until my therapist told me. But I can be as neurotic as I want now, because my life depends on it. And you know what, though? I'm actually really angry. I'm angry because our government is willing to risk my friends' and family's lives to reopen the economy at a time where coronavirus cases have not dropped enough. I'm angry because the government values money over lives, over health. I'm angry because we will have to get rid of our unemployment soon, and we'll have to choose between our safety and our jobs. And I'm especially terrified that most of the people I know agree with me on this, yet our voices aren't being heard, and we don't have a choice. We are not in this together. We're in this forever. So what do we do? I don't know, but we can't let our anger get the best of us. When we see somebody at the store not wearing a mask, we can't let that unravel us. We need people to be role models. We need community leaders, not community Karens. But I have so much faith in our creativity in this moment. As queer people, especially POC, we have the tools to navigate this pandemic. We know what it's like to feel isolated. We know what it's like when the government doesn't protect us. And we know what it's like to fear for our lives when we leave the house. Our queerness makes us stronger, and we know we can survive because of it. And we know that we have to use it to help others survive too. So, stay safe, everyone, and I hope you enjoy the show. All right, let's check in with Jason and see how he's doing during his quarantine. Oh, hey, Jason.
Hey, Renee. Why'd you say it like that?
Oh, I mean, you just look a little grislier than normal.
Oh, well, thank you. And you look very nice as well.
Oh, Thanks. I kind of think I look like a 70s car salesman with these sideburns, but I guess I could rock that for a couple weeks. So, how are you doing? I miss you.
Well, you know, been sitting here for what seems like forever, just watching awful TV and waiting for my $1,200 check that's never gonna come. The orange idiot's gonna kill us all, and I'm just sitting here, nothing to do. Silver lining though, there's a bar nearby, and they deliver beer and cheese plates. So that's my normal day.
Okay, well, I'm glad you found something that makes you happy, and yeah, and at least you're supporting local business. So
How are you, Renee?
I'm doing okay. What's that noise?
It's my husband. He feels the need to vacuum in our tiny little apartment every few hours.
Well, does he know we're doing a show? Could you maybe ask him to stop?
Brady, did you keep it down and try to get back? Brady, we're trying to do a show. Stop vacuuming. I need you to stop vacuuming for just. Hold on. 2 hours ago, our therapist said don't yell, and there are mics on the stairs. You would be much easier to not yell if you turn the damn vacuum off.
We're gonna let them sort that out and move on. I wish there was another way to do this with Jason.
Actually, there is, Renee.
Jason? You're in a sock puppet.
I sure am, and so are you. Why don't you join me over here?
Oh, wow. We're both sock puppets. Hey, we look good. But Jason, wait, aren't we supposed to be social distancing?
That's the beauty of it. Sock puppets can't catch COVID-19.
Then can I have a hug?
Aw, get over here.
This is awkward without hands.
Yeah, it is. Although it is nice to be touched.
I know. Should we start the show?
Yeah, I think so. But first, we're going to do something a little different. This quarantine has gotten us thinking about what it's like in the olden days. Without close neighbors or the internet, what would you be doing for quarantine right now? Well, here's Supernova, a certified strong woman from the age of the Renaissance, to guide us through the show tonight by literally giving us the strength to get through this pandemic.
Greetings. I am Supernova. Renee invited me here today to be part of this queer cabaret because I am a strong woman. People have been asking me, but Supernova, what is strong womanry? Well, it's breaking things. I've condensed it down into 5 steps. 5 simple steps to entry-level destruction. Step 1. Select an object that interests you. Hello, little guy. Step 2. Grasp the object firmly so it knows you're not just flirting with it. Step 3. Cast a steely gaze at the object. Step 4. Cast a steely gaze at the audience. Whilst I'm casting the steely gaze towards the audience, I often will also simultaneously summon the fire of the universe into my being. This is because when people are watching and hopefully enjoying what I'm doing, it gets me really pumped up. And step 5, apply pressure. That was a very simple object. Later, we will explore what happens when we apply the 5 steps to some more challenging objects. I'll be back later.
Ooh, I can't wait to see what she does.
I don't want to give it away, but let's just say she's the kind of woman who likes to bend the rules.
Are you trying to wink?
Yes, but I just realized I have no eyelids. Maybe you should announce our next guest.
Good idea. Juliet Terrill is a lifelong musician and bassist for the Suffers. She is currently in the process of filming a paper theater musical for her original project, The Genuine Snake Oil Band, about a queer trans woman escaping her old life to start again. Here's a special sneak preview of the first chapter of that musical entitled Whispering Deep.
The Genuine Snake Oil Band presents First Boat Out. It was not a dark and stormy night. In fact, it was bright and sunny as I sat on the dock with nothing but a suitcase and my guitar. The ocean spray even had the audacity to be mildly refreshing. It was, however, dark and stormy in me. I sat waiting for a ship with my heart in the clouds and my eyes supplying the rain. I remember sitting, mesmerized by the whispering deep all around as we sailed along, my thoughts sinking into the blue. One of the sailors asked me what I was thinking about. So I sang him a song. I heard the waves whisper sweet, an invite to an endless sleep. Let the fish chew up my heavy bones. When they sink into the deep, forever out of reach. Salvation from a place I once called home. I never need to speak, my voice lost to the sea, silent as the tide comes and goes. Let the ocean give me peace, the watery reprieve. Nothing left but ashes in my way. That forgets all about me. I'll finally be free. No more burdens on my weary soul. Never need to speak, my voice lost to the sea, silent as the tide comes and goes.
Fun fact, Lucian Queen, Juliet's wife, helped her with the puppetry and illustrated the whole thing.
Aw, that's lovely.
Speaking of collaboration, even though we've never actually met in person, Juliet and I made this next video together.
Really?
Yep, I recorded some electronic drums and improvised guitar lines and asked Juliet to add a bass line. Then I asked her what she imagined when she heard the music, and I filmed myself acting it out.
Fantastic. Let's see it. Nothing like creeping up on your neighbors during the quarantine to get the blood pumping.
Right? Honestly, I'm always passing houses wondering what's going on in there. I wish I could see inside.
Well, I guess you can in this next video.
Oh, yeah?
Jeff Desautels is a physical comedy and drag artist who has performed locally with Coho Theater and Sir Cupcake's Queer Circus, as well as nationally on America's Got Talent and The Gong Show. In this next video, the character Mysteria, alone in her room, channels the spirit of Catherine Earnshaw, hoping to gain the wisdom of the lonely and romantically frustrated ghost. Here's Wuthering Heights.
Manoogian once again, here to apply the 5 steps to some more objects. Step 1. Select an object. Step 2. Grasp the object firmly. Steps 3 and 4. Smoldering gazes. Step 5. Nothing so delicious as half an apple and 800 pounds of destructive force.
Oh, I am so turned on.
Jason, you're gay.
It's not that. It's the apple. It, kind of reminds me of this guy I met on Grindr.
Wow. Thanks for sharing.
Absolutely.
Did you know that Supernova has actually appeared on Game of Thrones?
What? No way! How did we afford to get her on our little show?
It wasn't easy. I guess you could say she broke the bank.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh.
Oh man, Jason, I miss you so much. I dream of a day when I get to see all of my friends again.
Yeah, I know what you mean. In fact, I have a little story about that.
Yay, a Jason story.
When I was 13, I got really into Star Trek The Next Generation. Like, I dove headfirst into fandom, way before it was a cool multi-billion-dollar industry. I joined a local Star Trek club, the Starfleet SEALs. I went to Star Trek conventions and held Star Trek watch parties at my house. I was a full-blown Trekkie. Secretly, though, a huge reason for my getting into the show was specifically for one character. The boy everyone loved to hate, Wesley Crusher. He was my first Wesley Crush. Get it? What's not to love? He's smart, he gets to drive the Enterprise and hang out afterwards in a bar with Whoopi Goldberg. And those sweaters. Yeah. One day, while perusing the latest issue of Star Trek magazine, I saw an ad for a Star Trek-themed cruise, and I came up with a plan. For the remainder of this story, Wesley Crusher will be played by his action figure, and teenage me will be played by this stuffed animal, because I don't have my own action figure yet. So, the plan. I was going to book passage on the Star Trek cruise as a single passenger and somehow convince the cruise line to put me and Wesley in the same room. I'd figure out how to do this later. Hi, roomie. There's only one bed in our cabin. Oh well. We'd spend all of our time together on the cruise. We'd talk about our favorite books and favorite episodes of Star Trek, and he'd look deep into my eyes, and I'd smile, and we'd talk about men's seasonal casual wear. Then, the cruise would be over, and Wesley would say to me, hey, you're so cool, Jason. Do you wanna come live in my mansion in Hollywood? And I'd accept. We'd spend all of our time snuggling on the couch and watching Star Trek until sunset, when we'd sit and watch the sun go down every evening. Then finally, he'd pop the question, and we would get married in front of all of our friends and family.
take Wesley Crusher? Yes. Do you take Jason Potter? I do. Okay, you're a man and husband. Now you can kiss.
And then, that night...
Okay. Stop the video. I think we got the point. So thank you so much, Jason. That was wonderful.
There's actually more. I could keep going. Do you want to hear what happens next? Cause no. Oh, all right.
No, but it's brilliant. It's brilliant as is. So you're so adorable and strange, but mostly adorable.
Aw, well, it's probably because I'm serving this sexy flannel.
Probably. My sexy flannel sees your sexy flannel.
I hear that. Well, friends, our next artist performed at the Risk Award Festival back in 2018 and is graduating from Portland State University's film program this year. Her original short film explores a black, trans-feminine filmmaker/performer's relationship to her own self-worth and ego. Here's Princess Button with Float, Bitch!
Just a thought. Who's responsible for honoring you if the rest of the world won't? I mean, like, if the world you woke up in today hesitates to celebrate you and your kind, you celebrate the fuck out of you. And you charge them bitches to watch. You think they would dare to miss a moment of your joy and confidence? LOL, no. They gonna be on that shit like white on rice. It's only really the pain you experience and the needs you have that they might just sleep on. But I'm gonna need you to make like a balloon and float, bitch. It's all just too heavy and hard to look at, I guess. Everyone is so committed to ignoring pain that they end up ignoring these communities that are swimming in it. But I want you to look at me. Look at me. Don't look away.
So that's actually only half of the 9-minute short film, which is all we really had time for tonight. We encourage you to view the rest of it by clicking the link below the video.
By the way, if you are liking what you see tonight, you can make additional donations directly to the performers through their Venmo and Cash App links we've also listed down there.
Speaking of, Renee, have you gotten your unemployment yet?
Yes, finally. A whole month after I filed, but not until I logged countless hours on the phone. I got so bored, I picked up my guitar and started jamming along to the hold music. Check it out. My friends have dubbed this new genre hold wave.
We apologize for this unusual delay. The next available banker will be with you as soon as possible. We apologize for this unusual delay. The next available banker will be with you as soon as possible. We apologize for this unusual
Please stay on the
delay.
line, and the next
The next
available representative will be with you as soon as possible. The next available representative will be with you as soon as possible. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. For your patience. Thank you 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 for your patience. You can now notify the employment department about a change of address by going online.
Hello? That's pretty much my quarantine in a nutshell.
That was great, but also pretty traumatizing.
I know. I'm triggered by my own song.
Ah, the things you do when you're stuck at home.
Right?
Yeah, I'm glad I'm quarantined with my partner Brady. Admittedly, we've spent a lot of time in the bedroom, and on the couch, and on the kitchen counter. Ooh, the patio. The catio. Where else?
Yeah, but what happens when a ditzy jock and an overcompensating playboy get thrust into communal living during quarantine?
Good question, Renee. Well, for our next act, we're going to watch these two caged bros break free from the chains of heterosexuality in their own living room. Jess Manoogian and Teague Shattuck are drag artists with a mission to create trans-affirming spaces. As a Jewish Armenian performer, Jess strives to create content that represents their identities and makes fun of heterosexuality. Teague enjoys doing hot, fat drag and parroting bro sensibilities. Here they are in Homo Bound. wish I was Homo Bound. Home, where my thoughts escaping, home, where my music's playing, home, where my love lies waiting silently for me. I'm just so glad someone out there has finally given voice to my lifelong fantasies.
Ah, me too, Jason. Me too.
Well, before we introduced our last act, let's have a final check-in with Supernova.
Greetings, queer cabaret goers. It's Supernova the Strong Woman, here to entertain you one final time. Blah, 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 5 steps, you know the drill. Has anyone ever been locked in a dungeon? What did you do? And how did you get out? I've been locked in a dungeon. I got in trouble for saying I was better at fencing than the men. But it's true, though. I can install more fence than any man. Anyway, wasting away in there, waiting for Prince Charming to come rescue you. At some point you realize being a damsel in distress is not all it's cracked up to be. My friends, it is far, far more enjoyable to be a distressing damsel.
Wow. Talk about raising the bar.
Renee, do you want to introduce the next video?
No, it's okay. You can.
For our last act, we have a very special treat for you. We all know Renee is in the midst of recording an album, and tonight, for the first time, we are going to hear her first single. If you remember, the song All Night For You was written for Renée's Queer Cabaret No. 2 and performed with Babs Jamboree. And now, here is the debut of that music video.
Ah! I'm so excited. Okay, go. Well, that's the show we have for you tonight, folks, and I have to admit I'm sad to have to leave you. But hopefully we were able to cheer you up tonight, and despite these hard times, just please know that you're not alone. Actually, there is one more thing I want to do.
Hey! Hello!
I love you!
I love you too!
Well, that's our show. Thank you so much for watching. I guess until next time.